to the end zone for the win!
Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see.
The competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time, a night to remember.
The following programme is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language and flashing imagery.
Well, good evening, and I'd like to say a warm welcome to Portman Road with myself, Darren Rees, and Denzel Bentley. I say I'd like to say a warm welcome because, Denzel, we find ourselves in a stadium, which is fantastic, but we find ourselves with some very grey skies above us. How are you, my friend?
I'm all good, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm all good. When you say stadium fights, you really want that sun to come out and you want it to be glorious, don't you? And Fabio Wardley would have wanted it to be glorious. Maybe he wouldn't have, I don't know. But nevertheless, a big night of boxing ahead, and we can't complain of that, can we?
Nah, I can't complain of that at all. I think Fabio Wardley wouldn't mind, however. He'd want his opponent to be as uncomfortable as possible, and I think he's got the right weather for that. Absolutely.
I remember when Tony Bellew fought outside of Goodison Park, and the weather was meant to be terrible that day, and it did end up being terrible. And someone asked him about it, and they said, what do you reckon, Tony? And he goes, I want it to be thunder and lightning. I want it to be horrible. And maybe Fabio Wardley will want exactly the same thing tonight for Justis Huni when he walks out and there's lightning strikes all over the place. But we would quite like to keep dry. Right, we have got a big night of boxing ahead, a packed undercard on the prelims, and then there are some really good fights as we go into the main broadcast, which will be live on DAZN from 6:30, including the professional debut of Lewis Richardson. He'll be feeling some nerves, won't he?
Yeah, he will be. I mean, this is quite a stage to have your pro debut on. I mean, not far from home either. I think he's from Colchester. So this is an amazing, stage to have your debut on. But he is an Olympian, a bronze medalist, so he has been at a big stage in the world. So I think he will handle it quite well. He has been down the gym sparring with us as well, and he has looked pretty good. So I'm excited to see him have his debut today.
I'm sure he will be well prepared, but you can see that on your screens what we've got coming up. So on the main broadcast from 6:30, Nelson Hussar, who is knocking people out left, right and centre, had something like 21 years in the amateurs representing Albania, now doing extremely well in the pro ranks against Germany's Patrick Corte. And then Mike Perez, who was a Cuban heavyweight. He's still Cuban, don't you worry, but he is down at cruiserweight now in against Stephen Ward. That should be good fun as well. And of course, Lewis Richardson, who we've spoken about, and then Pierce O'Leary, the big bang against Liam Dillon, who is jumping up not one but two weight categories, and there's been lots of question marks around that this week. How is he going to be when it comes to jumping up not one but two weight categories? We'll find out in a bit. And then, of course, it is the big one. Fabio Wardley versus Justis Huni of Australia, who is quietly confident. And we like that about him. But what we know about Fabio Wardley is he has dynamite in both hands. And then there is a float. You've always got to feel sorry for the float, haven't you? Jack Williams, who is an Ipswich lad. But what will he be thinking now? Because he'll be warming up, and then he'll be warming down, he'll be warming up, and it's a bit of a process. Have you experienced that?
Yeah, I was afloat in my second fight with Queensbury. It is very frustrating. I mean, you're warming up, you're cooling down, you don't know when you're on, but he's at home. He's probably buzzing just to have the opportunity to maybe fight on this card whenever it may be. And looking at the main card, there are a few big punches on there. So if he can get someone to get a knockout, then he slips right in there in prime time. So I think he'd be excited.
Well, I'm not too sure how long I've got, but producer Chris will tell me to shut up at any moment. But what I've got a question for you, and what that question is Fabio Wardley has been screaming for this opportunity to fight outside at Portman Road, at Ipswich Town's football club. Huge, huge stage. Massive. There's going to be 20,000 people in here tonight. Will he be feeling the pressure?
No, I don't think so. Fabio doesn't strike me as a guy that folds to pressure, or do you know what I mean, or anything like that. He strikes me as a guy that wants it. He thrives to it. He wants the pressure. He wants everyone, he wants the eyes on him. whether everyone's against him or with him, I don't think he minds. I just think he wanted this opportunity and it's been granted to him. And I think he's going to capitalise tonight. I mean, Justis Huni is a very good fighter. Very good fighter. I mean, it's a completely different style to who we were meant to have in Baby Miller. But, you know, I think he's ready for this occasion. Our
colleague DAZN put out a really good tweet recently around DAZN basically said that 10 years ago, Justis Huni was fighting in the World Youth Championships, and 10 years ago, Fabio Wardley was fighting Keith from Accounts. Whether he was called Keith or not is a story for another day. But I thought that was a good one. But we'll wait and see. But on the undercard, we've got some good fighters coming up. We've got Lily Winch, who her story into boxing is a good one. She has openly admitted that people thought she was a bit of a troubled young lady, and boxing kind of changed things for her. She was diagnosed with a form of autism, and she had bouts of depression, but boxing really has changed her life. And she's in first. That's going to be the opening bout of the evening. And then Umar Khan. If you haven't seen Umar Khan before, he's one of those kids who can really mix it up when he wants to. He can box, he can get inside the pocket, he can really throw those short uppercuts and be horrible. And then Sam Gilly, not in the fight which he wanted to be in, but he's here nevertheless. And he was airing his frustrations at the press conference and the weigh-in, but he is here. He's in an 8-rounder against Unyanane. And then Billy Boom Boom Adams, the lad from Dagenham. He will be the last fight. He will be our headliner, if you like, on the prelims. What I really like about Billy Boom Boom Adams, Denzel, is he's doing it his way. So I don't know how much you know about him, but he purposely took himself off to America with his dad and went and going to the biggest, toughest, horrible gyms you could possibly find to get the biggest, horrible, toughest sparring you could find. You've got to appreciate that, haven't you?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it shows, you know, what the levels he wants to reach in his career. I think anyone that does that wants to challenge themselves, and he wants to challenge himself. So he's gone there and he's managed to learn something about himself and about boxing, whether he can handle it, whether he can hang with these guys, whether he has the potential to reach, you know, the heights that he wants to reach, and whether he has the personality or the character to reach those heights. Because sometimes you can crumble under pressure and be like, this is too hard and this is whatever. But he's obviously gone there and done his thing and feels good about it, and now he's back here competing tonight.
Now, you're well past this level of fighting at kind of this level in the undercard, but this is really important stuff to these fighters, right? This is the apprenticeship stage. What do they need to get out of this evening when they're on this undercard on a big stage, on DAZN? What do they need to get out of it, then?
It's all learning, it's all experience. I mean, you get to fight at this level, on this stage, you know, fighting, you know, away fighters and just learning your craft at this stage. It's all experience. I mean, they can say going into, let's say one of them reach, you know, a title contention and manage to fight in a stadium one day. They've experienced fighting in this kind of, you know, circumstances before, and you can't buy that. You can't buy that. I mean, most of us done a lot on dinner shows, and you're cool, no problem with that. But I would have loved to have boxed out here early in my career, but these guys get to do it, so yeah, good
well,
luck to them.
To do it, they will. Thomas Triber is stood in the centre of the ring. He is posed and ready, which means we shall chuck over to him and get this party started.
Let's now welcome to the ring the undefeated Lily, the Chosen One, Winch.
Well, here we go. The top of the bill tonight is a well-documented white-collar story with Fabio Wardley. And here is another one. Lily Winch, who kicked her career on the white-collar scene before turning to amateur boxing, and then eventually became a pro. Boxing, as we were talking about earlier, has changed her life for the better. And here she is for another pro fight, stepping in to the centre of the ring in the centre of a football stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a great night of professional boxing from Portman Road Stadium in Ipswich, England. We get things started with 6 rounds scheduled in the women's lightweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors. Riot Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, Global Next Trade, Unibet, FlexMy's Business Loans, and Vow Nutrition. A big thanks to those great sponsors. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Kieran McCann. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, she comes to the ring wearing pink trunks and weighed in officially at 127.9 pounds. Coming to us from Ústí nad Labem, Czech Republic, she brings a professional record of 3 wins, 6 defeats, all 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kateryna Dvorakova. And her opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. She comes to the ring wearing turquoise with silver and weighed in officially at 128.10 pounds. Hailing from Enfield, London, England, she is undefeated with 4 victories. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Lily, the chosen one, Winch.
Kateryna, Lily. Right, ladies, listen up. You both know the rules. You will obey my commands at all times. When I tell you to break clean. Take a step back, throw no punches. Mind your heads in close, and most importantly, ladies, protect yourself at all times, all right? Shake hands.
Well, here we go. If you've just joined us, welcome to Portman Road. Welcome to the home of Ipswich Town Football Club. You're joined by myself, Darren Rees, and Denzel Bentley for a spectacular night of boxing, which will end with Fabio Wardley versus Justis Huni. But we kick things off this evening with Lily Winch, who's in there against Kateryna Dvorakova. Winch in those blue shorts, getting off to a nice, aggressive start, Denzel.
Yeah, no, it's good. She's obviously, you know, feeling the moment, and she's just got straight in there off that jab. Her opponent's very active though, you know, staying in front of her, throwing a jab. She's not just coming to lay down, but Winch is throwing a nice jab, nice lateral movement, and countering with a hook from time to time.
Well, Dvorakova, out of the 3 wins that she has on her record, those 3 have all been stoppages, so she can clearly punch, and as you clearly pointed out straight away, she is right in front of her, and she too has come forward and started this in an aggressive manner, which I guess the style of Lily Winch will be right up her street.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, it will make for an entertaining fight. I mean, Winch will probably prefer this rather than the opponent trying to circle around and survive. She's got someone that's willing to stand in the pocket and fight with her. But Dvorakova, that's her name, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yep. She's game. She's game. She's coming. She's letting her hands go. Oh, the nose is bleeding already, but she's still coming forward. She only goes one way.
Absolute tear up here. Jeez.
And we're now joined by Alois Jr. I wonder where that voice had come from. He's suited and booted just off the back of the glorious win in Glasgow. Alois, welcome along.
Oh, thank you.
What are you liking from what you're seeing in the first few moments of sitting down at the commentary table?
Listen, I can see a tear up going on here, and I like war, and the fans like to see war too, so this is entertaining.
I think I'm the only one that didn't get the memo with the dress code, but it's fine though.
Next time. Don't worry, you got a European Championship. I ain't got that yet, so
you're on your way. You get that soon. You get that soon.
Dvorakova is definitely a fighter who comes on that front foot, and that was a well-matched first round there. Blood definitely pouring from the nose of the lady from the Czech Republic, and although it looks like Lily Winch has got her hands full here a little bit, she's not got an away corner fighter who's going to sit on the back foot and try and survive for 6 rounds, is she?
Definitely not. Again, as a person, the girl that's fighting come in the fight, and it showcases her. It's a good game for her, and we're going to see how she deals with it.
When you've got a fighter like that, Denzel, what are the corner saying to you? Keep your cool? What's the message?
Keep the composure, keep the cool. She's already busted her nose, so you've got to tell her to keep throwing that jab, keep aiming at that nose, you're breaking her down slowly.
Corners!
Don't panic. Don't get caught up into a scrap. Stick to your boxing and be smart.
Absolutely, the jab is so
Seconds out, round 2.
Well, let's see if she can put some of that stuff into action. Big stage, big moment. Definitely the biggest event that she's been a part of out here in a stadium. There'll be 20,000 people in here later on. And I was going to say when the sun comes down, but we can't see it. But when it does get dark and the lights in here get a bit brighter, that noise will most definitely get a bit higher. And that electricity that boxing brings will fill all of us. But Lily Winch opening the second round, just trying to keep hold of the centre of that ring there. But Derekova is an aggressive come-forward fighter, and she has most certainly got her work cut out.
He has. Winch still looks comfortable, even though Derekova is applying that pressure. She's throwing shots from everywhere, but Lynch is just staying, calm in that storm, and she's just letting that jab go and countering well with the left hook.
Yeah, when Winch uses that jab, it looks amazing.
Yeah, the jab's beautiful.
Just keep doing that. Keep breaking up back down and get a stoppage.
Yeah, I think so too. I think she hits hard enough, clearly, to be able to stop Derekova. She's breaking her down. Like Aloy said, the jab is beautiful. If she can just stick to that, she's well on her way to, probably stop her.
But if she does manage to get the job done, it will be Lily Winch's first stoppage. And I've got to tell you that the fighters she's had in that opposite corner in her career, in her professional career so far, she's not had it easy. She has had tough fighter after tough fighter, and she's got exactly the same thing on her hands here. But I'm sure she is the type of person who loves that. She likes the opportunity, she likes the challenge, and that was a really good left hook to the body which she threw right under the right elbow of Derekova. This is good boxing from Lily Winch, and the same from Derekova.
Shots, good left hook, good body shots. Yeah, she's doing her thing out there, she's flowing.
She's flowing, definitely. Good head movement too. I mean, she just rolled 2 punches there.
Those 2-minute rounds really fly by, don't they, Denzel?
They do. They fly by. I mean, you have to be quick off the mark. It reminds you of the amateurs. In the amateurs, there weren't really no space to kind of breathe and find your feet. You have to just go out there and let your hands fly. And both these girls are really up and out.
Absolutely. They're letting it fly. I've known Lily from like when I was just starting out in the pro. She's always had good work ethic. She's always been dedicated. She's always been training. And I'm happy that our opportunity's coming in.
Aloy, she looks like she's just starting to find her range, just starting to find her rhythm. Are we gonna, you know her, are we gonna start to see her let her hand go a little bit more as that time goes by?
Absolutely. We're gonna see her showcase her skills.
Yeah, she's, whenever you watch an interview with Lily Winch, she loves it. You can tell the fighters who really love it. She's one of those, you two love it. And Aloy, I interviewed you after your fight a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if anybody loves it as much as you, but that passion really pours out.
Again, you have to love what you do, and you're in the sport.
Well, here we go. There is the bell to symbolise the start of this third round. And both fighters come to the centre of the ring. Derekova just trying to dig in those right hands, uppercuts and hooks, but good solid shots there from Lily Winch, who just digs her toes into the canvas and lets those shots go. Every couple which get through from Derekova, she kind of shakes them off, bites down on her gum shield and goes again.
You've got to give Derekova credit because she's taking shots, but she isn't backing up or crumbling. She's trying to give it back. She's giving Lily Winch a lot to think about.
Definitely. A pressure fighter.
Yeah. And it makes for a good fight. Because Winch is finding some good shots, especially to the body.
Good stab to the body from Winch with that left hand, with that left jab of hers.
And I think Winch might just have a nosebleed also, so you can see the pressure of Derekova taking an effect, but she's still comfortable. Winch is still relaxed and isn't panicking or anything.
Calm in the fire.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Winch is defensively looking good because she has got an opponent in front of her who is throwing shots, which doesn't always happen when you've got those typical kind of away corner fighters. But she's defensively doing well and countering well at the same time. But a good observation, Denzel. Both of them are bleeding from the nose, so some of those shots have got through. And this is a good scrap so far.
It is. It's a really good scrap, but one that I think Winch is winning comfortably.
Good body shots.
Good body shots. And when I say comfortably, I don't mean Derekova isn't, putting on pressure and making Winch think. I just think it's easy to score in the eye from Winch's perspective.
Good uppercut.
That was a nice uppercut, that lead uppercut which landed from Winch, just drove it up from her hips there, and it landed sweetly on the chin of Derekova. I guess with this being a 6-rounder, I mean, it's still a lot of rounds, isn't it? But, you know, they're 2-minute rounds, over the halfway stage now. What does she need to think about, Lily Winch?
I mean, I think she's doing everything right. I don't think she's doing much wrong. I mean, maybe defensively tighten up, but the amount of shots that come from Derekova, some are going to slip through, and they are, as you can see. But from Winch's perspective, I think she just needs to not neglect the jab, stick to the jab, because that's what keeps Derekova at bay. And then some counters are coming off lovely. She's got to stick to what she's doing, in my opinion.
Alois?
Denzel Bentley couldn't have said it better.
This is why we've got him on the mic. He's everywhere. Everywhere you look, you'll see a Denzel Bentley. On your TV, on your radio. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome along. You haven't missed too much so far. We are into our opening bout of the evening for the first fight at Portman Road since 1935. That's the last time that this place hosted boxing. And Lily Winch is doing a good job of keeping the proceedings nice and lively for the sport which we love so much. And both of these fighters have been battling for the centre of the ring, and this is great work from both of them.
Yeah, listen, when she's relaxed, it just flows, man. Good body shots, good combinations, great head movement. She's gonna be something.
You know what, I agree with you, Alois. I think she is. I mean, I'd seen her around the circuit and probably been in the same gym here and there when we got up to spot match, but I've never actually seen her fight, and this is my first time seeing her fight, and I'm impressed.
Just start to get the sense that Derekova isn't coming forward as much as she has been, because she's felt a little bit of that pressure, and she's been caught with a few more shots than she had in the previous rounds. And Winch is just starting to get to her. Oh, lovely right hand there from Winch, beautifully placed, great time in there, the perfect shot.
Good shots.
Derekova most certainly on that back foot now. Lily Winch
stalking. Yep. And this is the first time we've seen Derekova going backwards in this fight. And
absolutely.
I think this is the best time for Winch to step on it, and she could possibly get that stoppage.
But definitely, when a pressure fighter keeps coming forward and they get broken down with a good jab, and once you start to break them down, they start to move back. That's when you can exploit.
Yep.
But then they're out of the game now.
She's hurt. Derekova's hurt.
Yep.
And it's worth saying that Derekova has never been stopped. So the fact that you guys are noticing that she is hurt, and you can see she's just above our commentary position, breathing deeply through her nose. She's had a hard round there, Alois.
Definitely, she's got when you keep running into a jab, stiff jab. No worries. When you have a pressure fighter and throw a stiff jab at you, it destroys your motivation to come forward, and that's what's happening right here.
Yeah, it definitely stops you in your tracks, and it makes you run out of ideas, because now Derekova has to find different ways to try and get inside Winch to be able to let her shots go. But where Winch is coming off that stiff jab, she can't find it. So she's being hurt, she's being hit with every shot Winch is really throwing at her. That's when you know a pressure fighter's hurt, when you go on the back foot.
Definitely.
How much confidence will she get from that when she can start to see that this fighter who's been coming forward is now on the back foot? Surely that fills her with confidence, doesn't it?
100%. It gives you a different boost of energy. So now you're going to see Winch start pushing forward and, you know what I'm saying, working harder to try and hurt Derekova more, instead of just opting to hold the feet or step back a little bit. She's going to be pressing forward and pushing the pace and see how much she can break Derekova.
Well, this is the penultimate round in the super featherweight division. Winch just shrugs off the shots which have come from Derekova and carries on doing what she's been doing in the 4 previous rounds, which is marching forwards and mixing it up. Body and head, head and body. These are good shots here from Lily Winch, who's really digging in now. And she looks like she's starting to properly enjoy herself in there. And you can tell that by her body language in the way that she just snaps that jab out and what follows.
Yeah, definitely. Who doesn't like a little hunt? Especially when someone's running around. Oh, I love that stuff.
Yeah, she's in full control right now. It's just It's on her time now, basically. The one thing I could criticise is she could close that gap quicker, coming forward. But that's just me just being critical. I mean, everything she's doing is completely fine.
And that's what these fights are about, right? It's about, you know, filling those gaps, isn't it? These are the learning fights.
Yeah, she's thrown a beautiful double left hook, body and head. Oh,
You can say this woman has some pride, man.
She does.
She has some heart. She is not having it. All the respect to her. Absolutely.
She wants to keep that record of never being stopped before.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice right hand there from Winch, and there goes another one.
Good and relaxed.
And you just get the sense that it couldn't be too long, and she rocks her. And Derekova may well find herself on the canvas, but Winch has still got some work to do.
Her team were going to stop it.
But the team were right on the edge of the canvas there. But plenty coming up this evening, both on the prelims undercard. This is what we've got coming for you. Umar Khan comes up next. If you haven't seen him before, he is a sweet boxer. He's got some really good skills, but knows how to mix it up as well. And then Sam Gilly, who may well be frustrated. It is not the fight which he wanted. He wanted that rematch with Louis Green. But nevertheless, he's here in an 8-rounder. And then Billy Boom Boom Adams will finish off our prelims this evening. Well, Lois, I've got to give you some credit. I was watching you on the stream this week, and Sam Gilly came off stage, and he was so frustrated it wasn't the fight that he wanted, but you gave him such an optimistic message and said, look, you're here, you're still fighting, it's still an 8-rounder, you're still going to get loads under your belt. That was a fighter-to-fighter talk.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it's just another experience. And the more experience you have, the better you become, especially like you're more prepared for the situations at hand.
That guy Aloy's being immature in that. That guy Aloy.
I'm just trying. I'm only 22.
You wouldn't believe it. Well, here we go, the 6th and final round in our opening bout, our opening contest of the evening, where the wind is starting to get a bit chilly here in Ipswich, but great to be outside in this stadium. The Winch on that front foot looks like she has well and truly gauged that distance, and the shots are coming together nicely now.
They are, they're flowing. They're just flowing.
I think the towels have come in, man. I think this is too much for the
It is, I think so too. I mean, I think she's eating shots. Winch hasn't missed a shot in the last 3 rounds.
Yeah.
But Derekova's still throwing. We have to observe that. She is throwing. Not much is getting through, especially not like the first couple of rounds. But she's still there, even though she's on the back foot and she's changed her tactics.
She's tough. She's a very tough woman. She's really tough. And like Ella said, with a lot of pride, she's not going to go down easily. And you've got to give her full credit for that. I mean, it takes 2 to tango, and she's also played a part in making this such an entertaining fight to watch.
Yeah, she's been a really good opponent. We'd like to see her back, that's for sure.
And she's asked questions of Winch early in the first 2 rounds, which answered and broke her down, and now she's just having it her way.
Nice parry there from Winch. Follow that defensive work up with a straight right hand, and Derekova really does find herself on the back foot as we go into the last few seconds of this 6th and final round. It doesn't look like Winch is going to be the first person to stop her, but a very strong performance, nevertheless.
Very, very strong performance.
Great to see such respect between the pair of them. And it looked like it was going to be a well-matched fight throughout the 6 rounds, but Winch just got on top of the end, didn't she, Denzel?
Yeah, she did. I mean, the first 2 rounds were competitive. I still think she was winning those 2 rounds, but Derekova was asking a lot of questions of her, like, how tough are you? Can you stay in here with me? I'm going to test you. And Winch ended up breaking Derekova down and pushing her back in the last 3 or 4, I think, and took over the fight, fought at her pace, got comfortable, landed at will. But the first 2 rounds, Derekova definitely posed a challenge. And she is tough. She started going backwards and wasn't going down. She was still throwing punches. She was still in the fight.
Excellent work. Well, over to Thomas Treiber, who has the official scorecard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 2-minute rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Kieran McCann, scores the contest 60-54 for your winner. And still undefeated, Lily, the chosen one, wins. Let's continue, and now welcome to the ring the undefeated Umar Khan.
Well, here comes the extremely talented Umar Khan, who is the cousin of Hamzat Shiraz. So he most certainly comes from a boxing family, and we'll see what he's about in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 8 rounds in the featherweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors. Riyadh Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, Global Next Trade, Unibet, FlexMize Business Loans, and Vow Nutrition. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Bob Williams. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white trimmed with red and weighed in officially at 129.13 pounds. Coming to us from Managua, Nicaragua, he brings a professional record consisting of 12 wins, 13 defeats, 1 draw, 6 of his 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Moises the Panther Garcia. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing silver with black trim and weighed in officially at 127.15 pounds. Hailing from Ilford, Essex, England, he is undefeated with 11 wins, 1 win coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current WBC Youth Featherweight Champion, Umar Khan.
Okay, gentlemen, obey my commands. In the event of a knockdown, the fighter standing will go to the furthest future corner and stay there. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, please. Touch gloves.
Well, the action continues here at Portman Road, and next up it is Umar Khan against Moises Garcia. A-star referee, Mr. Bob Williams in the centre.
Seconds out.
About 2 of the evening, off we go. Garcia from Nicaragua. If he's anything like the Nicaraguan fighters we've had over here in the past and what we've seen on cards around the world, he will be as tough as they come. Last time I watched Umar Khan was on the undercard of Joe Joyce versus Derek Chisora, where he nearly got his man out of there. And he is one of those fighters who can mix it up when he wishes to, but a very good boxer at the same time.
Yeah, he's nice and sharp, you can see clearly. Nice sharp jab. Throw a 1-2 not too long ago. A great combination right here. So yeah.
He should have stepped on Garcia there as he landed that left hook. I'm not saying he hurt him, but Garcia's balance was a bit off. But Khan, yep, he looked very sharp. He's thrown some good shots to the body. And nice 1-2s up top.
Very relaxed as well.
Very relaxed.
Umar Khan, the cousin of Hamza Shiraz, who of course has a big fight coming up in the not so distant future, but it's his night tonight. And as you guys have already mentioned, some good fluent work here from Khan, who looks ever so relaxed.
Yeah, I remember Khan when he had his debut, and you know the growth in his boxing right now is really showing. I mean, he's not rushing, he's nice and relaxed, he's everything off that jab, and you can see he's come on.
Yeah, definitely much more seasoned. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Before it was a bit more passive, I would say, but I would say now he's come along.
Yeah, most definitely.
Got caught ever so slightly there of a left hook from Garcia, but that seems to have put something within him. The shot which Khan is throwing really nicely is that lead hook straight under the right elbow of Garcia. He's caught him with that a few times, and it's almost like he's looking for that, like he might know something we don't.
When you fight these tough guys, these Nicaraguans, like you say, like we see them on the circuits, they're really tough. They're like, when the American comes up against the Mexicans, I mean, they're going to take shots to the head all day. So I think he's trying to invest in the body early to slow his man down.
Khan boxing out of those silver and black shorts in the southpaw stance. Garcia in the white and red. Khan definitely the fighter on the front foot here. That was a nice straight left hand which he caught Garcia with as he just turned and changed the angle, making his man miss.
Khan's very versatile. You can see clearly boxing orthodox southpaw. His reactions are still good in the southpaw stance as well. Good counters.
His reactions are definitely good in the southpaw stance, but I don't think his shots are coming up as good as they were in the orthodox stance.
Yeah, agreed. But he just showcased. I think he's looking to have fun out tonight.
Yeah. That's fair.
When Umar Khan had his debut, the guys at Queensbury interviewed him and said, what can we expect? Which is a normal question, really. He said, word for word, sometimes I'm a boxer, sometimes I'm a fighter. How much will that pay dividends as he goes through the pro ranks? Because it's one thing being able to, step in and go toe-to-toe and be in a close pocket fight, but then there's another thing being able to box. How good is it for him to be able to do both?
I mean, look, you have them both styles in your arsenal. You just tap into whatever style you need when you need it. Like they say, you don't box a boxer, you don't fight a fighter. So if he's got someone in front of him that wants to have a fight, box them, make it easy and that's work for you. You got someone in front of you that wants to have a fight, that wants to box, sorry, I'm gonna make you have to fight. So it's good that he's versatile. You can already see he can box both ways. He's got good hand speed, so you cover all areas and you're safe.
Alois, you've got one style, and it's one word: war.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to add on to what Denzel said. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Love that.
And don't let Alois fool you. He's got more than one style. He just loves
I know he
has.
has. I know he has.
I remember sparring this kid years back, and I'm thinking, he's a big youth, but he
just means business.
Yeah, he just means business. He's slick. He can move. Lateral movement off the shoulders. Shots
I
come on counters.
I can't shoulder roll, bro. What are you talking about? I've never been able to shoulder roll,
I mean, the way the shots come from the shoulders, like it's just off the waist, I should say, off the hip, like you turn a boom. In your debut, the uppercut she was landing. I know you didn't get a win. Come on, let's focus on Umar Khan.
I'm just trolling.
We'll definitely talk about recent fights and up and coming fights because people will be interested in a moment. But if you're just joining us, welcome along. You're joined by myself, Darren Rees, Denzel Bentley and Alois Jr. We have Umar Khan in the ring against Moises Garcia. This is our second bout of the evening. And then we have got so much to come. Lovely hook there from Umar Khan as he threw that from the southpaw stance and he hit his man straight on the button. And the Nicaraguan, he kind of looked around for a second and couldn't quite work out why he was on the canvas. But this is the moment for Khan to put his foot on the gas and really start to let his hands go.
Good shot.
Good shots here from Khan.
Garcia's just going to look to hold and survive, so it's important that Khan doesn't get too close for him to be able to hold.
And also, I would also like to add on as well, like, don't rush it. You know what I mean? Take your time and find the shot.
Yeah.
It only takes one shot to knock someone out.
It took him one shot to put him down.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
you
You
go
don't
for
have
the
to
same
throw
shot, so
20
you're right.
shots.
Yeah.
Good right hand there from Khan.
But I do like the way he switched the pace.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Garcia looks like he's found his feet again. And did he give him too much time to recover?
No, I don't think he did. I think Garcia just played it smart.
Nice that from
good
Khan.
shot.
Right hand to the body. Swung that hook in and just turned it underneath and crept under the tight guard of the man from Nicaragua, Moises Garcia. And he's really starting to sink these shots in now, Khan.
Good body shot.
Oh, lovely headshots there. That backhand uppercut followed by the lead hook in the southpaw stance worked beautifully.
Yeah, it's sad he's getting battered.
Don't beat around the bush, Alois, blimey.
He just said straight like that. Like, yep.
You got to be honest at times.
No,
you know?
100%. 100%.
Well, apart from Garcia being battered, what is Khan doing well to make sure that his man is getting battered, Alois?
He's very sharp on his counter. He's very aware, and what's the most important thing is he's staying calm in there. He's not getting too excited by the moment, and based off that, he's making the right decisions.
How important is that he's not getting carried away, he's not going for it? Because big stage, big moment, adrenaline, you know, he knows he's live on DAZN and on Queensbury. You know, there's lots of people watching this. Easy to get carried away, isn't it?
Oh, 100%, especially as a young fighter, and you probably want that stoppage, and you can end up trying too hard, but you can end up ruining a good performance, or you can end up walking into a shot because you get gripped. I mean, Garcia's still throwing back, he's still got hands, you know what I mean? So you want to be careful of what's throwing back, and you also want to be, you know, careful of how you spoil your work. You don't want to spoil your work.
Well, good stuff. We'll see how he gets on this opening round and how much Moises Garcia has recovered, if he's recovered. The majority of his fights have been at home in Nicaragua, where he's fought some good, tough fighters. But he looks like he's starting to feel these shots from Khan. And Khan looks like he's just starting to enjoy it.
Do you know what? I forgot. I can't say his name, sadly. The man in the red gloves.
Garcia.
Garcia. Yeah. He has a bad habit of reaching for the jab, and if Umar Khan is aware of this, he can turn it into left hook and knock him out clean.
Well, he's going for that lead uppercut there, as Garcia is trying to just kind of reach in with those straight shots to the body. He's throwing really nice left hooks and left uppercuts.
Garcia is also looking for the left hook, though. He's also looking for the left hook, and he throws it with a bit of speed. He hasn't managed to land it yet, though. Khan's just stepped out of distance every time Garcia's thrown that shot.
And obviously it's very similar to the fight which I watched Umar Khan on that Joyce Chisora undercard, where he dropped his man. I think it was the second or the third round, but he didn't get carried away, which is a big thing which you guys have spoken about already. And he just got back to his boxing, which is what he's doing now. And he's doing well. That was some tidy work there. Lovely left hook to the body, but not staying in the same place for too long either.
Yeah, he's showing good movement. He's boxing now. He's boxing now. I mean, at first he wasn't fighting, but he was coming forward and, you know, trying to put the pressure on a little bit. Now he's just moving side to side, you know, showing good footwork, and yeah, a good punch selection.
Well, Garcia has been stopped in the past. A lot of these South and Central American fighters rarely get stopped. They are as tough as they come, tough as old boots. But Khan doing a good job here of showing us his boxing skills and picking those shots just like that one. That uppercut worked really well.
It's got to be a bit calmer.
Oh, I tell you what, Umar Khan got caught there. It was a left hook from Moises Garcia, who just watched his eyes and almost couldn't believe that he landed it, and now he's on the hunt. And
I told you Garcia was looking for that shot from the opening bell. And I also told you that, you know, Khan doesn't want to rush his work because he could end up walking into a shot. I mean, he didn't rush nothing there, but he just got a little bit
complacent.
Yeah, complacent and ended up eating that shot. But he's recovered well.
I think it caught him more by surprise and anything, yeah.
Yeah, but that landed near the button.
Yeah,
not on the button, but near the button. So you
It's
just
a
got to be
good
a bit,
shot.
just got to be a bit more aware.
But sometimes you get caught with a shot like that, it wakes you up, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why I do
Or
leg
to put you
training.
to sleep.
That's why I make sure I strengthen this neck, bro. Just in case, you never know.
What would the information be in that corner, Denzel, after a little wake-up call?
Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. You got to be concentrated and focused every second of that round. Every second of every round, you have to be on point. You can't afford to fall asleep, especially when you've got a guy across the corner from you throwing big shots. He's throwing big shots. He obviously hits a little bit. There's a bit of spite in his shot. Stay on point. Use your footwork. Use your jab. It's the rest of the fight. He doesn't need to get into the fight no more. We've seen he can't be hurt now. Don't get involved.
I would also say as well, just focus on the jab. Focus on the jab, because his opponent reaches to catch the jab.
Corners,
Carries
10
on feeling
seconds.
that eventually can swing with the left hip and get him out of there.
Well, let's see if he can get him out of
Seconds
there.
out. Round 4.
There was definitely an opportunity. Nobody did anything wrong necessarily, but both of them have been caught heavy. And there's that instruction, Aloy, from that corner, shouting for that jab, which is just what you've been saying.
Yeah, if you watch it closely, he likes to reach for it. Good shots.
Really good. Nice lead-down screw shot there. Good double jab there from Khan.
There you go. Good stuff.
Can really see what you mean by getting behind that jab now, because everything follows off of it for Umar Khan, doesn't it?
The jab's the most important punch of boxing. If you can't establish your jab, then you're not going to get anything off. It's so underrated and it's so undervalued in this boxing sport that everyone wants to throw a crazy right hand or crazy left hook, but the jab it plays off everything.
I agree with that. I mean, especially like young fighters, they always want to do something spectacular, something different. They want to throw the wildest punches or just get a highlight reel. But everything comes off the jab. If you can't land the jab, like you said, you can't land anything.
Literally.
And if you can land the jab, you can land everything.
Exactly that. Our last knockout came off the jab, bro.
Dirty left foot though, but yeah, come off the jab.
Exactly. Establish the jab. Jab up the stairs. Jab up to the body. What? Bang. Left hook.
What's that saying? Is a good right handle.
Take you around the block.
But a good jab will take you.
Around the world.
Oh, here we go. Welcome to Education 101, ladies and gentlemen.
I love boxing. I can fucking, pardon my language, but I can talk about boxing all day long. All day long. Jeez.
Nice left hook there under the right elbow from Khan.
Good body shots.
Good body puncher is Umar Khan.
He is.
Very good at switching it up as well.
He throws the combination so quickly. He's got fast hands. I mean, it comes off nice. It's good to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Just starting to get the sense that the Khan corner want a little bit more urgency from him. He seems to really enjoy just being dancing around and picking his shots, but I don't know how well you can hear that corner team, but there's certainly some urgency in their voice and trying to push him on a bit.
Yeah, they don't want Khan to give Garcia any confidence to make him think he can walk him down. So they want Khan to be dominant, in this fight and with his presence.
Different approaches. I would just say just keep busting him up with the jab.
I would say the same thing. You're right.
Just keep busting him up with it. You don't even need to step forward to him. You just come like mid-range and just keep popping it. Eventually, it's not really right here, and you could like exploit that.
Nice overhand right out from Khan. Tell you what, I've got to give full credit to Bob Williams. He dodged one a minute ago. He's got some reflexes.
Definitely.
Have either of you ever nearly caught a ref?
No, I'm not as lovely.
Listen, the referee better pray I don't touch it. Oh man, Felicia, I'm going to next morning.
If Aloy catches a ref for the chin, then I have to swap refs this fight.
Yeah, but that's why they have a spare one for his fight. Well, this place is a little quiet at the moment, but there is expected to be 20,000 in here later on. And hopefully everyone who is seated will be under some sort of shelter, because the grey clouds are coming thick and fast, and I think we might have a bit of a
Corners.
wet one on our hands. I did come prepared with a poncho. And, well, let's just hope for the best, shall we? Umar Khan looks ready and raring to go. First out of his corner. And Moises Garcia, a little bit of a delayed walk to the centre of the ring, but nevertheless, both fighters back to the centre of the ring, and that jab nicely popping out from Umar Khan.
Good job. There you go. Just do that. Just do that all night long. Yep. Eventually, something will come off that.
100%. Just go head and body, keep switching the height.
Yeah, good thing. Jab to the right here will be nice. Good shots.
Nice left hook there to the head from Khan, and then switched it underneath for that uppercut. Good pressure though from Garcia. Still going, still there, still live. Is there a shot that you can see which Garcia is open to more than anything? For me, it looks like that left hook.
Yep.
The
jab. And the jab.
The jab. Yep. When he's throwing the jab, Khan, he's keeping Garcia at a distance. When he gets in like this, like he's doing now, and wants to work the body and the head, it's not bad work, but you're giving Garcia the chance to let his shots go again.
Exactly.
Just like he is here.
You want to make it 70-30, not 60-40.
That's it. And you just want to break Garcia's confidence. Make him feel he can't get inside. Make him huff and puff and feel like, oh, I'm being frustrated.
Demoralize him.
Yeah, and then start coming with all these other shots.
You know what I mean?
It's just here. Just keep popping that jab. It just needs to keep flowing. Keeps flowing. It will keep Garcia thinking.
Nice body shot back from Garcia, who just reminds Khan that he is most certainly in front of him.
Now the corner screaming for him to keep in his jab. Good little sneaky left to the body from Khan, but I still think he needs to be on that jab.
Yeah. Doesn't need to mix with this guy. To show his class.
And he's doing that, isn't he, Alois? He's boxing well on.
He is. He's showing his class, but I would personally say he could even show even more class.
Yeah, he's showing it in spurts.
Yeah. Shouldn't be having a tear up with this guy. That was risky.
30 seconds left in this round.
Very risky.
I think where he was hurt, he wants to prove a point. And
nah, there's no points to be proven. It's about getting the win, bro.
It's true. Good shots there from Khan. And then back to your jab. Lovely.
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Lovely work. Beautiful work. You can make this so easy.
So easy, man. Win, bro. Win easy, man. I ain't trying to have a tear up.
Garcia just trying to clip his man in the last moment of that round. I guess the question I've got for you guys, with a real mix of styles between the pair of you, is that we've spoken a lot about Umar Khan and being able to box and being able to fight on the inside and whatever else. You know that you're in there to entertain, but at the same time, you know that you're in there because this is business and this is sport, and you want to win.
100%. I mean, they entertained for the first 4 rounds. I mean, they both. I'm not sure they scored Khan the knockdown. I don't know if he needs to the canvas, but he knocked him down, and then he ended up getting shooken up a little bit. Now go and win the rest of the fight. You've entertained us a little bit. We've seen what both we possess. We've seen the power. We've seen what you can do. But now, you don't want to risk anything. It's risky moments. Do you want to lose in the name of entertaining? Or entertainment?
What do you think about that, Alois?
Look, you'll be entertaining when you bust someone up with a good jab. Like, if you bust them up with a good jab, people are going to talk about how great your jab is, and that's entertaining enough. And then if you get them out of it, that's just the cherry on top.
Like I was saying earlier, you don't want to ruin a good performance in the name of entertainment.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's done a bit. He showed a bit of everything. He's shown you have a big punch. You can fight both ways. You've got good movement. You've shown a lot of class. Now it's getting a bit risky. Box. Shoulder levels. You can make it brawl if you want to. And when he starts to frustrate Garcia or feels like Garcia's falling asleep, pick the pace back up.
Yeah, just don't be like boring like Vidal Riley, But
he's there. I mean? He went there.
That was coming out of something.
It only took 2 fights.
I want to see that fight though. I think that's a good fight.
I'll break his jaw.
From you said that, I said that's a good fight for you.
I would break his jaw. I'd break his rib. That man, bro. He wants to run for 12 rounds. That's not happening, bro. I'm not that guy. I'm from the ends, bro. I'm from South London, bro.
Well, I'm not sure if we're in South Ipswich or North Ipswich, but Umar Khan finds himself in the south of the ring and throwing good body shots there. And we will definitely get onto Vidal Riley in a bit, and that is a fight that people will want to see. But that was a nice right hand there from Khan.
This is lovely. Hand speed, just put the shots together and keep the distance. Doesn't need to get close at all.
Well, I can confirm the rain is well and truly coming down.
Thankfully, we're under a roof.
Yeah.
B&Q have sold out of tarpaulin. Everyone's running to Wicks. They've sold out. But the equipment is getting covered up. And so is Moises Garcia as Khan just tries to dig into that body there. And that was a good lead hook over the top in the southpaw stance of his.
Oh, this is so risky from Umar. He shouldn't be in this position with this guy. He should be just boxing. I know I'm sounding a bit repetitive, but that's the honest truth.
No, I mean, look, you're calling what you can see, and what you're calling isn't wrong. I mean, like we were saying earlier, the jab, it's the best punch in boxing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was a nice jab which come back from Garcia. Just snapped the head back of Khan. But he's still there in front of his man. Really changing the angles every moment of this fight. Just keeping his man thinking. And that is something he's done very well, actually. He's kept Garcia thinking non-stop. The tempo's changed. His stance has changed.
Damn, it's pouring.
It is.
When it rains, it pours, as 50 Cent said.
A relatively slow round, that one. But I think Umar Khan has just worked out. He knows what he needs to do now, doesn't he? This 100%. Is just about just getting to the end of the round, getting another win on his belt.
There's 2 more rounds left. I mean, look, he should just box and not make it boring, but he should just box and separate the levels. He should separate what's going on here. Don't give Garcia a chance. He should just go in there this round and try to not make Garcia land a punch. Box and dance around him. You've seen his foot. He's fleet-footed. He can move left and right. He can move backwards and forwards. He's a good fighter. He can box. Now it's time for him to show his boxing, in my opinion. He's had a fight. It's time for him to show his boxing. He is again in spurts, but every now and then he gets in close and tries to target the body. Stick to the jab. Stick to the jab. Height, go, head, go, body. Change the height. Change the pace to the jab. Slow jabs, a fast jab, a hard jab, a soft jab, and then anything else will come off that. But I don't think he's boxing bad, but I just think he can do better.
Well said, that man. Well, here we go, the penultimate round. This one scheduled for 8 in the super featherweight division. So we go into the first few seconds of round 7. And Khan got a good tempo to him in the opening part of this round. Nice and light on those feet. You can tell he's well schooled.
In boxing, I've realised a big part of it, which helps, is decision making, and you've got to be able to make the right decisions at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a massive chess game in there.
Yeah,
literally, it's a chess game in there. And if you make the wrong decisions, it's like in chess. If you make a blunder, bro, you lose the game, bro. It's the same thing in boxing, bro.
It's literally it's the same thing as it's a thinking game. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be able to know when to do what. Yep, exactly that.
It's a really good point, because there isn't maybe any sports really other than fight sports where you make a blunder or you make one bad move and it can go terribly wrong for you. You know, in football, right, you might let it go in, but in boxing you might end up on your backside and seriously damaged.
Yeah,
you got a man screaming who wants it.
I don't know anyone who says that sort of thing.
That's me, bro.
I'm just disappointed you didn't do it in a Scottish accent, to be fair.
No, definitely not. I'm proud of being English.
This is better boxing than Khan. Yeah,
much
lovely.
better. Much better.
He's not giving Garcia a chance to land anything.
Definitely not.
Good covers inside.
Nice left hook to the body there from Khan. And you've got to say that Moises Garcia looks like he's just started to run out of ideas. Maybe not now, but a little while ago. And he too is going through the motions.
Yeah. But this is where you want him. You want him to feel like he's run out of ideas, and you want him to get sloppy, and then you pick up pace again.
Yeah, this is much better. Slipped a bit.
The slip. Hopefully none of that rain has made its way into the ring.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I can't really feel it from here, so I doubt it would find its way to the ring like that. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't.
Good movement there from Khan, who just shows his man he's in full control. Just backs off when he needs to, dances around, and then when he feels the time's right, in he goes. And throws his ones and twos, sometimes a little bit more. But Garcia is still there. Well, if you just turned the TV on, a warm welcome to a very wet and windy Portman Road, the home of Ipswich Town Football Club, who didn't have the most fantastic of seasons last season, but they will be, in my opinion, the most exciting league in the world. The Championship next season. But this is what we've got coming up on the main broadcast. Nelson Husa of Albania will fight Patrick Corte. Two big heavyweights, big thunderous left and right hands. We look forward to that. And then the Cuban, former heavyweight, now cruiserweight, Perez versus Stephen Ward. And then it is the debut of the only fighter of the most recent Olympic cycle to pick up a medal in Paris, Lewis Richardson. We look forward to watching him. And then I've got to say, one of my favourite fighters at the moment, Pierce O'Leary against Liam Dillon. And then it's the big one, Fabio Wardley.
Did you just say favourite fighters? What about me and Dillon?
I said one of.
Okay.
I'm not that silly. I'm stuck.
I thought I needed another knockout on my record, bro.
But two more fights to go after this one.
See, this is the thing about fighting in a stadium. The weather. I mean, it's all nice, it's all lovely and fun and games, and I want to fight in the stadium and outdoors, but nobody can tell the weather.
This is England. This is England.
This would be lovely to fight in the rain, though. This is like cinematic, bro.
You know what? That's a good point, I changed my mind on that. When I fight in the stadium, I want it to be raining, fun now. Two warriors going at it. I'm not even going to box. I'm going to get straight into a tear up.
You know what I mean?
And we're going to go hell for leather.
Literally, bro.
Good work, good footwork here from Khan, doing what he does best. Good boxing, good fluid movement, both with his feet and his hands, digging in those shots to the body when he needs to. Not staying in there too long for any period at all. He did get caught a little bit earlier on, but he shook that off and found his feet again. Don't think it hurt him too much, but it definitely woke him up.
But this is what you needed. This is what we needed from him. Or this is what he needed to do, in my opinion. I mean, he was winning the rounds, but it was what he was showing. He was giving Garcia too much of, a chance.
He was playing the same game that he would be. As you said before, like he's giving him a chance. He's playing his game. Yeah. Garcia wants him to have a tear up.
Yeah, because that's the only chance he has to clipping him. But right now, when he's boxing, being fleet-footed, moving in and out, side to side, letting fast shots go and come back out, Garcia hasn't got a clue what's going on.
Yeah.
And Khan looks good doing it.
Good uppercut.
Really good right uppercut. Just snuck that one in the tight guard of the man from Nicaragua, did Umar Khan. Just looking to finish this round in a strong, powerful way is Khan. He's just starting to put the pressure on a little bit more now.
Oh man, it's touching.
Yeah, the rain's coming through now.
It's touching. It's messing up my £3,000 suit.
Good jab there from Garcia, followed by that right hand to the body, but Khan does the right thing, grabs hold of him, and then we'll get back to his boxing. Garcia really digging in, but that was a good left hook there.
Oh, right on the bell.
From Khan, which couldn't have happened at a better time for Garcia. But that fight had a little bit of everything. There was some good boxing there, good movement. Shot selection was nice there from Umar Khan. And all credit to Moises Garcia, who we said at the start, he's a tough man, and he proved it.
He did prove it. He was in there the whole way, throwing shots back, giving Khan something to think about too. I mean, this would be another good learning fact for Khan, not just having it all his own way. He was in there, he held some shots, he held a, you know, he got shooken up a little bit and managed to bounce back, recover, and continue to win the fight or win the round as well. So, yeah, good from Khan, good from Garcia too, but yeah, good from Khan.
Well, I've got some sterling news. The suit of Alois Jr. will not be getting wet any longer because Mike Goodall, the legendary ring putter-upper, has just handed us some ponchos. And I've never been so grateful in my life, but probably not as grateful as you, Alois.
Definitely so.
Yeah, so I guess at the end of the day, my memo was better than yours.
Well, we believe we know where this one's going as the two fighters just embrace each other in the centre of the ring, which is one of the most beautiful things about boxing. But Thomas Triber is posed and ready, so we'll hand over to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Bob Williams, scores the contest 79-72 for your winner and still undefeated, Umar Khan.
Well done to Umar Khan.
I'm sorry, I'm not wearing this.
Who's celebrating his team. Alois Jr. is having a wardrobe malfunction.
I'm not wearing this. You know, it's all right.
And I don't know what it looks like on your TVs, but the rain is absolutely coming down here in Ipswich at Portman Road. But we're ready for our next fight, so over to Thomas Triber.
Let's now welcome to the ring, Sam Magic Man Gilly.
Well, we were waiting for a ring walk tune, but it doesn't seem we're going to get one. Maybe the sound system's been flooded out with the weather here in Ipswich. But here comes Sam Gilly, who's already achieved a lot in his career. Turned over as a pro in 2017, and already a former Southern Area and English champion, and the current Commonwealth champion as well. Although this isn't the fight he may well have wanted, he most certainly has a job on his hands here tonight.
Is this fight defending the Commonwealth?
No.
No, it's an 8-rounder.
This is just an 8-rounder.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 8 rounds in the super welterweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors. Riyadh Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, Global Next Trade, Unibet, FlexMize Business Loans, and Vow Nutrition. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Kieran McCann. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with camouflage and weighed in officially at 159.10 pounds. Hailing from right here, Ipswich, England, he has a professional record of 7 wins with 5 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Gideon Juice Onyenani. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing black with yellow and weighed in officially at 160.8 pounds. Coming to us from London, England, he brings a professional record of 18 wins, just 1 defeat. 9 of his 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current Commonwealth Super Welterweight Champion, Sam Magic Man Gilly.
Gideon, Sam, you come, boys. Right, lads, listen up. You both know the rules. You will obey my commands at all times. When I tell you to break, break clean. Take a step back, throw no punches. Mind your heads in close, lads, and most importantly, protect yourself at all times, all right? Shake hands. Let's go. All right. Switch on from day one. Focus, raise and focus, right? Turn this way to make you nervous early, right? All right? Sam, come shoot. In the corner, wait for the belt. Yeah.
Well, here we go. Sam Gilly versus Gideon Onyenani. You would have noticed the camouflage in the shorts of Onyenani. He's from an army background, boxed in the army for the army boxing team and boxed also as an amateur. And with a record of 7 wins and 5 defeats, he is absolutely standing his ground and saying, don't call me a gatekeeper or a journeyman, because I am not that at all. He's just had tough opponents and really does want to progress in the sport and do it well.
He has a lot of pride, yeah. I've spoken to him several times. He tells me about his army stories and whatnot. And he's someone who really wants it. He's not a guy to come and fall down.
Good work there from Gilly. Nice shots come off of that jab there. That has been the theme of our conversation so far this evening.
Switching up from the break.
Gilly was obviously hoping to be fighting Green in a rematch, and he's chasing that British title, and I'm sure that will come at some point. But this one's scheduled for 8.
Good right hand.
Officially in the middleweight division, but normally we see him down at super welterweight.
You can see the disparity in levels from this competition from the last competition. Like you can see that these guys are really thinking and trying to like.
Oh yeah.
Good shots. Really trying to like find their way around.
Onyenani got through with that overhand right there. Nice work there from Gilly. Just goes upstairs with a couple of shots, then turns it downstairs with a couple of left hooks to the body.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a fight. You can see this.
Yeah, I think it will pick up quite quickly. Onyenani's having a bit of success doing what he's doing, and Sam Gilly's going to pick up the pace at some point to try and simmer Onyenani down and let him know that it's me that's that's Commonwealth champion in this fight.
Sad that the Commonwealth's not on the line, that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think because officially it's not at the weight he's champion at. That's probably why it's not on the line. But you're right. This is a good fight for that to be on the line. If Onyenani could have gone down to super welterweight.
Good control, good turning him off. That was nice.
What Onyenani's got to watch for is Sam Gilly's money shot, which is the left to the body. Left to the body. He would slip that right hand or the jab and go straight to that body with the left hand.
What Onyenani does really well is he closes the gap before Gilly tries to, or Gilly has the opportunity to start putting his shots together, doesn't he?
Yeah, well spotted. He does. He does. He just quick with his feet, just closing that gap. So when Sam Gilly is about to throw his punches or put something together, they end up in the clinch because he's too close to get anything off. So that is good work from Onyanani. And he's also throwing some good shots himself. He landed a good right hand earlier. He's working on that jab well. And he started this round fast, which I think is throwing Gilly off. Yeah, so Gilly may need a round to kind of, gather himself in and go.
What do you think, Alois, that Gilly needs to do to be able to get those shots off? Is it all about his feet?
Jab. Jab
one word, jab.
Jab, yeah.
That's
he
it,
needs to get that jab off, and once you start getting that jab off, everything comes off it. But yeah, he hasn't established his jab yet, which is why it's easier for him to come in closer.
Well, I'm sure Onyanani will be doing plenty more of the same, just trying to ruin those bursts of rhythm from Gilly.
Yeah, you look for that slip counter right there, actually.
You see it?
Yep, saw it. Saw a mirror of myself. Is that how it looks like? Oh, shots. Good work. There you go.
There's that left hook from Gilly, which Denzel Bentley had pointed out is his money shot.
You can't lunge in with, especially with a straight shot from distance.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that.
Not with someone like that. No. Like, yeah, there you go. After a little lull in action, he throws his jab in there, the slip left hook is going to come around. Yeah, there you go. See it?
Yeah.
You've got to feint and throw his timing off.
And there's that Sam Gilly shot from Onyanani.
It's funny because you see with Gilly, I mean, his mindset going into this fight would have been very different, seeing that he was meant to be boxing for the British title. So I think Onyanani's woken him up in that first round where he knows he's still in the fight. He's still in the fight. It wasn't for what he wanted, but he's
probably
still in the
needed
fight.
that, didn't he?
Oh, 100% he needed that. He needed that because fighters need a bit of a fear factor to kind of switch on and be on point.
To have that ultra instinct.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you need to have that sense of that nerves and that fear to bring the best out of you.
Yeah, and I think in that first round, Sam Gilly went back to the corner thinking, okay, he's bringing it. I'm going to bring something back this round.
Definitely.
The referee just making sure that Onyanani's aware that he's spotted that he's holding a bit there, and we don't want this to turn into any form of a cuddling contest, and that is exactly what Gilly will not want. He will want to get behind that jab and chuck in that left hook of his.
I think what Onyanani wants to do is take full advantage of the fact that he is naturally the bigger man. But Sam Gilly is also big for someone that
he looks
fights
like
brought away.
Yeah, Sam Gilly looks like the bigger man.
Yeah.
Good timing there with that left hook from Gilly.
Oh, good body shot. Right
and a solid right hand at the end. Nice.
Gilly just walked back to the corner as if he didn't throw the shot. You know what I mean?
Inside is probably died.
Poker face. Well, there's some names in here this evening. Moses Atama is one of them. Alois Jr. is another, and Denzel Bentley is another. It will certainly be packed to the rafters later on, and let's just think about that main event. You can't beat a main event, can you? It's going to be electric when those two walk out.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a good fight, and I know Fabio Wardley being Alois' gym mate, he's obviously got a lot of insight and seeing what Fabio has been up to this camp. I mean, I'm not going to ask for anything, we're not have to give anything up, but I know Alois is excited, more excited for this than any of us here, because he's seen what Wardley's been doing in the ring.
Definitely.
He's not giving anything away. Nothing. Here we go. Ding, ding. Round 3. This one scheduled for 8. Both fighters straight to the centre of that ring. Gideon, Onyanani. Just trying to feint there with those shoulders of his. And trying to get through with that 1-2. But the feet are good of Sam Gilly.
Oh, I don't know. He has a bad habit of lunging in. What's his name again? I'm sorry.
Onyinani.
Yeah, Onyinani.
Yeah.
Bad habit of lunging in, which could be like catastrophic later on.
I think Gilly's in his flow now. He's in his flow now. He's got his head together and he's back in this fight. He's working well with that jab. As soon as the round started, Onyinani's still trying to make it close and try and be the more physical man. But Sam Gilly is not.
Oh,
a
he's
small,
not a joke.
He's not. He's not
a joke. That's what I'm saying. That lunge in there is.
Good jab there from Gilly.
This one shot.
And a right to the body.
Strong left hand there from Onyinani on the break.
Oh, good right hand there from Gilly. Onyinani just walked into it. Just as Alois was saying, he keeps leaping in when he's going through his shots.
Yeah, man.
And that's the risk, isn't it?
That is the risk. That's a big risk.
Especially against someone with good timing. Probably looking for counter.
Yeah, I could just see Onyinani trying to make this physical and trying to rough Sam Gilly up, but Sam Gilly's not going to bite to that. He's just going to stick to his boxing and do what he needs to do.
Oh, a bit low.
That shot straight low, but Onyinani just walked through it again.
He's a madman.
Remember, the main broadcast starts live on DAZN from 6:30, which will be topped by Fabio Wardley and Justis Huni.
There you go.
There's good work there from Gideon Onyinani.
Yeah, this is his range right here. Just put his head down and start getting to work.
I'm starting to really see the point which you made, Denzel, which is Onyinani's trying to kind of prove he's the bigger man at this weight here, isn't he? And he's trying to sort of sink in on him.
Yeah, he is. But like we were saying, Gilly's not a small man. He's not. He's going to match him for physicality too. But I don't think he needs to, because he's the better boxer. He's the better boxer. I don't think he needs to be in there. But Sam Gilly has got an ego, and if you think you can bully him, he's going to show you that you can't.
Oh, don't lunge in.
Alois is sort of calling that. He could just see it from a mile away. Like just, he's like, I saw the setup. Just don't do it.
I'd rather counter punch him, bro. I see this stuff.
Well, Alois, is Onyinani just doing everything possible to try and make this as uncomfortable for Sam Gilly as possible? Because we've seen him loads of times in the past. He's a class operator. He likes to have his man at range, popping that jab out, sinking in that lead hook to the body or the head. And Onyinani's doing everything to make sure that doesn't happen, isn't he?
He's doing it well, and especially when he comes close and he lets his hands go. It looks convincing. It does look convincing, and I don't know if this is the 8th round that he could possibly do something.
What do you think, Denzel?
I mean, yeah, you're right. He is trying to make it uncomfortable and he's trying to make it untidy. But I think that's obvious. He's trying to make it untidy. I think the shots and the better work coming from Sam Gilly at this point. But he's not allowing Sam Gilly to look as good as he wants to look. He's taking a lot away from him by stepping in that close. And then when he isn't close, like Alois said, he does throw them shots to the body and come back up top. And it does look convincing. It looks like he's doing something there, but he's making it messy more than he is throwing. But maybe that's the plan, and down the stretch he's going to start letting these hands go a bit more to, waiting for Gilly to fade a little bit.
Well, let's see how the tactics unfold in this round. Both fighters seem determined to hold on to the centre of that ring. Onyinani just grabbing hold of the left hand of Gilly there and the blind side of the referee.
Yeah, good feints, throwing up his timing. Yeah, that's good.
Awkward customer is Onyinani.
He is, but I think for now and the rest. Oh, good shot there from Gilly. I think Gilly needs to opt to not step in with his jab, because Onyinani's going to fall onto it. When he does step in with his jab, they just end up in the clinch because, he punches past him.
There you go.
Good shots there from both of them, to be honest. Just like it is there, Onyinani wants to be close. I think Gilly just needs to keep that little distance. Onyani steps forward, he takes a step back and just keep a nice distance between them and land shots. I think he lands straight shots at a distance. Oh, good counter there.
That's what I'm saying. When he lunges in, that counter's there for it.
It is there, and yeah, you're right.
You can't afford to keep lunging in like that. It's bad. He should try to close the range a bit more cuter.
And he was doing that in the first round, but he just got desperate after that.
Yeah.
How do you think he can do that? Is it entering with the jab rather than just kind of going in?
No, so
squeeze his feet.
So yeah, move his feet, move his head, and close the range. Keeps his hands up, close. Yeah, keep his hands up, move his head, step to him, and he'll be inside, and he can work from there.
Yeah, he's trying to throw from too far out.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Which is why he's lunging in. But this distance here suits Gilly. He's gonna land these shots.
Something like that with that little head movement there. He got closer, and that can make the difference.
Good body shot there from Gilly.
Good uppercut. He needs to work it. He needs to work in the clinch. Poor pronunciation.
Onyani.
Thank you very
He
much.
just did the Gideon.
Giddy. Yeah, there you go. Giddy. I like Giddy.
I'll tell you what, I think Gideon Onyani he's one of those fighters who can make life difficult for most fighters, couldn't he? He's just very, very tricky and awkward.
Yeah.
And what's that like in terms of the psychological element when you must have boxed people like that who have got a similar style? How do you keep yourself optimistic and do your best work?
It can be frustrating, but this is where the experience of a fighter like Sangili should kick in. You don't get frustrated, you keep a cool head, and you just keep looking for ways to counter that movement. Looking for ways to find an inside or part to counter. We did there with that left hand, he started finding it to the head whenever Onyani fell in. But Onyani's going to keep being messy. And this is why I was saying, maybe if Sam Gilly opted to just take half a step back rather than stepping forward with his jab, Onyani's just going to fall onto it and you just find that counter all day.
Well, Sam Gilly, of course, Alois, isn't going to change his style necessarily, is he? But what do you think he can do different to get a little bit more success and get some more accuracy?
He doesn't entirely need to change his style. He just needs to just keep it a bit longer. Just be aware of the range, you know? He's a good counter puncher anyway.
Oh yeah, he's a really good puncher.
You can see right there, like he tries to pull back the left hook. Something.
Yeah, more of that work, all of that work is going to work. But I understand, being in the ring with someone that's frustrating, you're just going to want to press and, turn it into a fight at times.
That's emotional. You can't afford to get emotional in the ring, man. No emotions in the ring. Good shot.
Nice shot, overhand right there from Onyani.
Good shot to the body there from Gideon.
In these positions there when he's so close. Good shots. That's what I'm saying there. There is where he's going to have his opportunities.
The referee just going to have a word with the pair of them.
I mean, I don't think it's anything outrageous what's going
No,
on.
it's not,
just
is
the way
it?
the fight's going.
Yeah,
I don't think it deserves a word from the ref.
It's a clash of styles, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
Bells Gizzard goes straight back to what I was doing a second ago.
I tell you, if I could go into the brain of Sam Gilly just for a moment,
good shot.
It's been a bit of a frustrating week for him anyway, and this just turned into an even more frustrating week with the type of fight, isn't it?
I think by Gids doing what he's doing now, he's frustrating his opponent, and he will make his opponent much more emotional. And I think that's where he'll have a better opportunity to do something in this fight.
You're right. You are right. So just like we were saying in the last fight with Conch,
Good right hand.
That was a good right hand from Sam Gilly. He's just, Onyanani, he's going to do the same thing all night. This is where Sam's got to show his class and just be like, you're not trying to make a fight out of this, but I'm going to show you. You're not going to have your way anyway.
I think Sam has all the tools to deal with this, but is he emotionally responsible? Like, can he handle himself when something is not going right? Do you know what I mean? When it's not going his way, can he handle himself?
Yeah, just like Dan was saying, I mean, like, he's had a frustrating week. I mean, he's been waiting for the British title for 2 years.
Yeah, that's
You
nuts.
can't get any more frustrating than that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's hard to control. It's hard to kind of put, and now you're in an 8-rounder, not even defending your Commonwealth. In your mind, it's like, at a different weight. It's like, what is going on right now?
And also, you know, Sam Gilly hasn't had the opportunity to prepare for Gideon Onyanani, has he?
Oh, yeah, of course not. Yeah, no, he hasn't. But saying that, Louis Green is a similar type of fighter where he's just forward and aggressive, if that makes sense. But yeah, without the awkwardness, actually, to be honest, you're right.
He got the experience. He has the experience to be able to handle that.
Yeah. You got to remember, this is at middleweight. Gideon is a strong middleweight. I mean, he just boxed Jimmy Sains, you know, a few weeks ago.
Yeah, who's a good operator, really good operator.
And a big puncher. He's not for everyone up until Gideon, so you know he's tough. I mean, Sam is, he's proven levels above, but obviously not at middleweight. So you do have to consider the fact that Gideon is a strong middleweight.
I don't know how much Gilly will take from this, regardless of the decision, in terms of like progress and whatever else, but psychologically he must take a lot from this, because the frustration stuff of it, like if he's ever in this situation again, which he probably will be at some point in his career, he can think back to this moment, can't he? This week, this fight.
If I know Sam Gilly like I know Sam Gilly, he would want to forget this fight. He's going to come out of this ring so annoyed with his performance and just not happy with it. He's not going to want to have a performance like this again, which could be a good thing, because he's going to make sure he doesn't have a performance like this again. But it's not because of him. He's not having a poor performance because he's not on point.
There you go.
I wouldn't even say poor performance. I mean, the fight isn't gelling because Gideon is not allowing it to flow.
But look at the adjustment he's made from this round. You can see even from the first couple seconds, you can see that he's actually using his brain a bit more. He's stepping away from emotions a bit.
Yeah, no, he has to. He has to. Yeah, he has to.
The jab.
But it's just Gideon's not allowing him to flow, which is frustrating the hell out of Sam Gilly, and he wants to flow. But Gideon's doing what he needs to do to neutralize his opponent, isn't it? I mean, he's making it messy. He's holding. When he's in the clinches, he's holding as tight as he can to not let.
And do you know what? One of the things,
like he's on the Titanic.
Yeah.
You said, knowing Sam Gilly like you know Sam Gilly, that he'll want to forget this fight. Literally, as you were saying that, I was looking at his facial expressions, and he kind of looked out at someone in the crowd or in his corner. He just shook his head, and you could just see I don't know. Maybe disappointment's the wrong word, but something along those lines.
Yeah, he just feels like this guy don't want to fight. He just keeps holding. He's not letting me flow, but. That's for him to deal with. He needs to be able to deal with that, because Gideon's going to keep doing it.
A little forearm will be nice if he's trying to hold.
Yeah, he's got to try something different. I'm not going to start shouting up some League of Blows I want to, but he's got to do something.
This is war, bro. But yeah, look, when Sam Gilly does what he's doing, like stuff like that, just using his space, using his jab, he looks well.
Yeah, you can see he's a better fight. But that's what I'm saying about that step back. Yeah, he landed that shot to the body and just took a little shuffle back and made Gideon fall short.
Yeah. Don't lunge, NG. Yeah, you saw that there?
Yeah.
You saw that right hand ready.
He's ready to lunge with it.
Oh man,
he's a tough guy though, Gideon. You have to give him credit. He's making this a fight. Or he's making Sam Gilly not be able to flow.
Yeah, definitely.
He's also making himself incredibly hard to hit clean, which obviously is the art of boxing, isn't it? But as much as we've spoken about heavily, this isn't Sam Gilly's type of fight. This is perfectly Onyanani's type of fight, isn't it? This is exactly what he wanted to drag him into.
Yeah. He's frustrating him.
He's having a great night.
A great night.
And he's at home.
Good shots. He needs to get rough and dirty in there, which he's doing good.
He is, but even though he's getting rough and dirty and doing that, he's not particularly landing the most point scorer shots, for eye-catching shots. Yeah, them shots are coming from Gilly.
Yeah.
He's just frustrating Gilly by, you know, the holding and being in close and. But that little flurry to the body that he does when he's in close, I mean, it's working from that time. But then he just tries to hold and make it messy again.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, there isn't too much more to say about that round, because that round was very similar to the rounds previous. But this place is just starting to fill up now, and we look forward to that atmosphere later on. And that light comes down and the lights inside the stadium come up, and the noise when Fabio Wardley walks out at Portman Road to those Ipswich fans is going to be electric. It's going to be good. I got here early today actually and just had a little mooch about, and just listening to some of the locals talking about, you going to the boxing later? You've got to love that, haven't you, when kind of non-boxing people are excited about boxing.
Yeah, I mean, a place like Ipswich, it's quite small, right? So when something's going on, everyone knows about it. So everyone wants to be there. So it's good if you've got a crowd like this to get behind you and you can sell out arenas like this. I mean, listen, it's going to be a great fight anyway in the main event. And if you've got the crowd to back it up, to back you with it, it'll make for a great night.
Exactly. When is Fabio Wardley not in a great fight? Those two he had with Fraser Clark were fantastic. As long as the second one lasted, but the first one, wow. Anything like that. Dream stuff.
Yeah.
But here we are, the 7th of 8 rounds. Sam Gilly versus Gideon Onyenani. Hasn't exactly set the world alight, this one. If you've just tuned in, been a lot of holding on. It's definitely the type of fight Onyenani would have been hoping to be having in terms of trying to nick it. But Gilly, who's had a frustrating week, has done some good work. Let's not get it twisted. He has done some good work. But I'm sure he could have done some better stuff as well. One more fight coming up after this one, which will be Billy Boom Boom Adams in a 4-rounder.
Gives him to get his head up in there.
He should throw more shots when he's in there.
Yeah,
he should have just opted to just, you know, keep holding. Because from that distance there, Sam Gilly's landing some good shots. That was a good little jab up top and then a right to the body.
I want to fight now.
So
I'm always ready. Bro.
There's some cruiserweights in the card.
Bro, listen, I'll just take my suit off and let's go, bro. Quickly. How many rounds you want? 3.
Every single time a referee breaks these two apart, Gideon Onyenani just kind of rushes in, maybe lands a bit of a half shot and then grabs hold of Sam Gilly, and this evening just gets more and more frustrating for him. But not too much longer to go, 30 seconds left in this round. A one after that if we get that far.
Even though I do think Sam Gilly is still winning this fight, Gideon looks the pressure.
You said catch that again, what you said, bro? You said Gideon looks pressure?
Gideon.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Yeah.
Definitely does. You know what it reminds me of, right? It reminds me of Carl Thompson. Carl Thompson, the one that beat David Hayes.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we've got coming up after our last fight in the prelims. Nelson Husa of Albania in against Patrick Corte of Germany. Then it is Perez of Cuba against Stephen Ward from Ireland. And then the Team GB Olympian and medalist Lewis Richardson makes his professional debut. Then one of my favourite fighters at the moment, Pierce O'Leary, the Big Bang versus Liam Dillon, who's climbing up 2 weight divisions, may I add. That'll be an interesting watch before the main event, which is Fabio Wardley versus Justis Huni. And then Jack Williams, somewhere in between that, has got the job, the task of being the live float this evening, which means he could come on at any time. He'll be warming up and then warming down, and then all of a sudden he will get the call. At the corner of Onyanani, shouting for him to work. He's at a consistent tempo throughout these 8 rounds so far. And he looks pleased with himself. Well, both fighters tied up, and I don't think we're going to see too much more in terms of action at the moment. I may well have given it a bit of a commentator's curse, but if it carries on with the theme with what we've seen so far, this is exactly what we're going to get. Nice left hook there from Gilly, just kind of turned his elbow into that one. In the corner of Gilly, just encouraging to have a nice big finish. Finishes round strong, finishes fight strongly.
Yeah, just hit the last minute mark. Oh, good uppercut there from Gilly.
A nice right hand over the top as well. Both guys going to the body in the final moments of this round, the last round of this contest. And that is the clapper to symbolise the last few seconds of this 8-round contest, which has been extremely frustrating for Sam Gilly, who exhales a big lungful of air, and his body language tells us everything which we need to know. That was an annoying and a frustrating night at the office, but Gideon Onyanani, big fist pumps for his team. He's happy with his performance there. And we'll just see how this one goes as the referee calls both fighters to the centre of the ring. How's he scored it?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Kieran McCann, scores the contest 76-76, even a draw. Let's hear it.
Well, a frustrating week for Sam Gilly, just got even more frustrating as that one he scored a draw. Gideon Onyanani dragged him into the type of fight which he wanted, and you can see by the body language of Gilly, he is utterly disappointed with that. And my goodness, Denzel, you're right, he'll want to forget that in an instant.
Yeah, I mean, he would. I mean, I mean, I felt like he was doing the cleaner work, so I felt like he could have scored him most of the rounds. I think Gillian was doing what he needed to do to kind of neutralise Sam Gilly in that perspective where Sam Gilly's a good kind of puncher and his work flows. But, you know what? He's done well to get that result, you know, in a draw. It was probably a hard fight for the referee to call, as it was so scrappy. But look, it's stuck in the draw for Sam Gilly, and it's not a loss, so hopefully he can still get his foot in cat as a shot in his respective weight class.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 rounds in the super featherweight division. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Bob Williams. Introducing, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with pink and weighed in officially at 132.9 pounds. Coming to us from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, he is a veteran of 20 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alexander El Tyson Morales. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing white, trimmed with silver, and weighed in officially at 133.8 pounds. Hailing from Upminster, Essex, England, he had a stellar amateur career and now as a professional is undefeated with 6 victories. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Billy Boom Boom Adams.
Okay, gentlemen, this is now a 4-round contest. In the event of a knockdown, the fighter standing will go to the furthest short stadium. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves.
Well, here we go, the last fight on our prelims. Billy Boom Boom Adams versus Alexander Morales of Mexico. Morales in those black and pink shorts. Billy Adams just getting the gum shield put in place in the white shorts and white boots. Here we go. This one scheduled for 4 in the lightweight division. Adams boxing out that southpaw stance. Done a lot for himself in his boxing career so far. If you've been tuned in since the start, you'll know that. He took himself off to America and went into the biggest, toughest, hardest gyms he could to get the biggest, toughest, hardest sparring he could. He's all about self-development and becoming the best fighter that he possibly can be. And that was a really nice 1-2 and lead uppercut which landed perfectly.
He's nice, he's sharp. I like the look of him.
Billy Adams done a little bit of sparring for this camp at our gym at the Peacocks, and he looked really good. He looked really good. So I'm, you know, sort of half excited about this fight, and we're looking forward to a good performance from him.
Nice tight shots there from Adams in that southpaw stance of his. Morales tough as they come. Never been dropped or stopped.
Who has he boxed? Does he box anyone like that's known at the moment?
Billy Adams or Morales?
Morales.
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure. He does shape up well though. I do like the look of him.
Yeah.
I think I saw him boxing a small show not long ago, and he looked quite good. So this is a good fight for Adam.
From memory, he was in the away corner of one of the Queensbury shows recently. And that was a good lead up there from Adams. Really stuck that one in there, swung it around in the southpaw stance. Looks compact and composed. This is good, steady work.
It is. And he's boxing lovely with that jab as well. Which is why he's finding that kind of bolo shot to the body of Morales. This is all off that jab, as we've been saying all night. Me and Alois have been saying all night. Lovely jab.
The jab is key, as these guys have been going on about all night, and rightly so. Everything comes off of it, and good shots are coming off of it for Billy Adams here. He's got a good few have come to support him from Dagenham.
It's a nice composed performance. I mean, he's just looking at his opponent, he's finding the shots, he's letting go of the jab, he's nice and patient. Good feet. I think that trip to the deep depths of, where in America did he go?
He went to Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey, everywhere you can think, really.
Definitely paid off.
Good shots there from Adams. Stuck those hooks in as well. Good. He looks like a mature performer, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%.
He looks like he's been around a long time.
he does, and he's only
especially for 6 wins as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's only 6 fights in, but his performance has shown a lot of maturity. He's boxing well off that jab. He's nice and patient. He's finding some good shots, and he's using good footwork to step out of range when Morales is trying to come back. He's showing good boxing right now.
But Lloyd's in that corner. It's got to be just more of the same, right? Let's see if he can keep composed, keep things moving in the right direction, keep that energy up, head on his shoulders, and he should go through the 4 rounds nicely. But he has got a live opponent in front of him in a Mexican, Alexander Morales, who we have seen over here in the UK before, who is as tough as they come, never been dropped, never been stopped. So they do very well to get him out of there.
He knows how to cut off the ring as well. He knows how to cut off the ring as well.
That's a skill, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Being able to cut it off properly.
Definitely. Takes a lot of repetition.
Morales doing well to just not stay in the same place for too long. He felt the lead hook to the body there from Billy Adams, and then thought second about staying there. And I think he felt a little bit of that power, and he won't be getting too close too soon. Adams 6 fights into his professional career so far, all 6 of them points decisions.
Oh,
nice uppercut.
Combination there from Billy Adams. Oh, lovely jab. Oh, lovely jab again.
As long as he stays calm.
Lovely jab there from Adams.
Good control as well. He's holding his head down a little bit, which is a bit naughty, but it's good.
You half approve.
Yeah, half approve.
Good body work there.
I fully approve when I do it.
Good straight left hand there from Adams. That crouching stance, and this is becoming a little bit like target practice at times.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. That pad one.
Yeah.
He's fully defensive now.
Yeah, Adams can't miss. So Morales is just, just opted to just hold his guard up. Oh, good straight left to the body. Oh, a lovely uppercut with the right hand.
He's just getting whooped in this.
I know he's just saying it how it is. He's just straight to the point.
If you've just joined us, you're joined by myself, Darren Rees, Denzel Bentley, and Alois Jr., who has got a one-liner up his sleeve, let me tell you.
I might not get a second chance to come back here.
Well, this is the second time you've been with me, so
yeah.
Third time, eh?
Yeah, definitely not a third time.
Good straight left down that from Billy Adams.
He's very nice and very calm.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying as well, that little half step back, it works. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you land your combination. and your opponent can come back, you get half step back, and they fall short. It looks so much better on your side, it's so bad on their side. And you can also go again what before doing it off balance, counter that movement again.
Going into round 3 of this one. And then from 6:30 onwards, if you're watching in the UK, DAZN is the place to be. That is where all the action will continue, and this place will fill up and the noise will most certainly get louder.
Corners, 10 seconds. Second out, round 3.
Billy Adams straight on that front foot in the southpaw stance, just getting that jab away.
Oh, man. He has a future, you can see that.
How old is he? Definitely.
How old is he?
I'm not quite sure of his age.
He's a young man. I'm unsure on his exact age.
Good uppercut. Go around the side.
22 years old, actually. I did make a note of it. So you're a young man as well, Alois. Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. What do you think his next fight would be? I think he's definitely a step up. He's definitely surpassing this level by 20 fold.
Oh yeah, but I think probably this activity, he's had 6 fights. I mean, he is a talent, you can see that, but you know, you also probably don't want to rush him. You have to kind of gauge his level. He's outclassed his opponent by miles. I mean, he's shown real class. His jab has been good, uppercuts, different shot selections, the movement, it's been class. So you've got to find someone at this weight class at a level where you can not make him look good, but just I'm saying you
little gatekeeper.
A little gatekeeper, yeah. You don't want to rush him. You want to keep him developing, because when he's ready to get to that stage, he's going to be red hot.
He had 60 amateur fights or more, so you know he's been about a long time. 17 years he's been wearing boxing gloves.
Wow, that's a long time. And he's only 22.
Yeah, he's been in the gym since a nipper. Nice hook there to the body, followed it upstairs with a lead hook to the head.
You know, I mean, a lot of fighters nowadays like to skip the southern area, English level. I think he can go down that route. That'd be perfect for him. I mean, at the weight class he's boxing at, you want to just take the levels, and that's a good way to get championship experience. As you step up in levels as well. So it's good.
I wish I'd done that back in the day.
He said back in the day, like he's not only 22.
Anyone think he's 42, but that was a good lead hook there from Billy Adams.
You had that that step with when you fought for the IBO. I can't say the guy's name.
Oranza
Baradi. You had that step. I'm saying that kind of challenge.
He's a tough man, that Baradi.
Yeah. So
I think he's underrated. Honestly, I believe right now he could win the European title. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the guy that Sharon Clark lost to.
You've had good wins, but that's the best opponent I think you've been agreed. You've had good performances. I'm saying better wins that way.
I need to get my revenge for my first guy. Oh man,
you're doing better than him.
I know. I want that. I want that.
Well, one more round to go here this evening at Portman Road. And this is what's coming up. Nelson Hussar versus Patrick Corte in the heavyweight division. Plenty of knockouts between the pair of them. Then it's Perez of Cuba versus Ward from Ireland. Then Lewis Richardson, the only medalist from the Team GB Olympic cycle last time round. And then P.S. O'Leary, the big bang, who has got a bit of a Canelo style to him, up against Liam Dillon. That is for the vacant super lightweight European title. Fair play to Dillon, taking that 2 weights up, and especially against P.S. O'Leary, that should be a good scrap. And then the main event is, of course, Fabio Wardley, who takes on Australia's Justis Huni. Well, 4th and final round. Good work from Billy Adams.
Good close shot. Letting him a bit.
He's letting his hands go now.
Good shot.
Billy Adams been sharp with that jab this evening. Good footwork there as he just slides across in that southpaw stance and lets that straight left hand go.
Yeah, he's showing us that bag work there.
He's flowing nice.
Very nice.
Head and body.
And Morales just looks like he doesn't know where they're coming from a lot of the time, does he? He kind of just tucks up, elbows in, hands on his head, and then just kind of hopes for the best.
Yeah, just places for it.
It looks like he's trying to dodge the rain, bro.
Good, sturdy jab there from Adams. Big admirer of Billy Adams' feet. He slides in and slides out really nicely, just effortlessly actually.
He does.
He's very fluid.
I am envious.
Oh, great straight left hand there from Billy Adams as Morales just tried to make an entrance in. He caught him perfectly there. You get the feeling though, Morales is one of those fighters you can kind of hit him with everything in the kitchen sink and he still somehow keeps walking forward.
Well, he is young. You can see it in his face. He's very, very young. And there's a lot of durability. So that could be a reason for why he's still there.
He's got to work next week.
I'm trying to keep the family apart.
We just threw a nice right hand there, which just about got through under the left elbow of Billy Adams.
I had too much fun at this game.
Oh, good straight hands there from Billy Adams. 1-2's rather, but the backhand, you can see the pop in it. He was listening.
I think he is. I think he can hear you too. It's been a good performance from Boom Boom Billy Adams. Spiteful, unforgiving shots. Has chased his man around as Alois Jr. shouts to him to chuck in the kitchen sink. Not enough time to chuck the kitchen sink in. But a good performance nevertheless. And tip of the hat to Alexander Morales. Tough as they come. Soaked up those shots left, right and centre. But it did look a bit like target practice at points. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. We've had some good fights, we've had some frustrating fights, but plenty more action continuing live on DAZN in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Bob Williams, scores the contest 40-36 for your winner and still undefeated, Billy Boom Boom Adams.